Hello, welcome back to my channel. Astrology Diva here. I'm here talking to you today about the planet Uranus going retrograde today, and it is going to continue going retrograde until January 1st of 2021. It is pretty major, but it is actually a good thing. But before I continue, if you like this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe underneath it to get more videos. So Uranus or Uranus, depending, different astrologers will pronounce it different ways just because of people like laughing at like how you normally pronounce it. So but a little bit about the planet. It rules Aquarius, and it's known as being very independent, very game changery, very out of the box thinking. And this planet going retrograde is going to really shake things up. And in history, and I'll get to that in just one second, this planet going retrograde is actually going to be a good thing. It's going to, let me get a sip of water here. Thank you. It's going to really break patterns that are no longer serving us. Like my good friend Sky had told me as a metaphor, it's like an old house that has really bad plumbing and has had really bad, creaky faucets and pipes, and you've been putting off putting in new ones. You just figure, okay, it's time to take out the old, bring out the new. And so that's kind of what Uranus going retrograde does. It's like, okay, you've put this off long enough, and now that's in Taurus right now. I forgot to mention that Taurus, the sign of Taurus, is a very like stubborn planet. A good word for that is like other than being stubborn is like comfort zone. It does not like to change. It likes to stay in its comfort zone, and with Uranus being in that planet, it's like shaking it up. Like we've got to change things up. We've got to move. And I wanted to let you know, this book, Astrology for Real Relationships, it's by Jessica, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, Lena Do. Lena Do. I don't know. I probably butchered that. Sorry. And T Greenaway. I got this yesterday at Barnes and Noble. They're not sponsoring me. I just really love that store. Really good book. Astrology for Real Relationships. I did some research on this, and it said Uranus in Taurus, 1934 through 1942 and 2018 through 2026. This placement was also coincided in the Great Depression and really set in racism and xenophobia, had a new global stage, and advent of World War II. I thought that was interesting because everybody has really said from the beginning of this year, I'm not going to get into the whole big thing because it's not a history channel, it's not a political channel, but people have really said like all these past issues have been coming up. I thought that was really interesting, and it just really made me think like, oh wow, like that really changed things up. We're definitely, like, 2020 has been turbulent to say the least, and that's probably why. And it's definitely it's definitely changed things up. So I read that and I thought I have to incorporate this in. So I thought that was very helpful, really a good piece of information. And with it also being in Taurus, I do have Taurus in my chart. It is in my moon sign is Taurus, and the big thing that's come up for me is to let go of feuds, grudges, especially, or just hurt feelings is be a better way of putting it. And I really haven't. It's like remarkable how many doors have opened for me of late, and it's just interesting how, I mean, there's always a shadow period before a planet goes retrograde, and I've talked to you about retrograde before. Planets don't actually go backwards. It just, if you see it through a telescope, it looks like it's going backwards. But you know, and depending on where Taurus isn't in your chart, or if you have it, different things might come up. So you might sit with that and see where it's coming for you. But yeah, I think this will be very, um, you know, I think this will be a good retrograde. You know, none of it's ever bad. Mercury gets like the worst rap for it because it's always like wrecking communication and all this sort of thing. But I think this one will really just show you like what's no longer serving you, and if you don't um end it yourself, like in what's not no longer serving you, it'll just like end it for you itself, if that makes sense. So I hope you found this helpful. I just want to let you know that even though this year's been turbulent, I know that it has. Just know that the universe, source, everything, however you want to put it, it's always working in your highest and best good. And if you like this, remember to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. XOXO.